Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because today we saw another massive pump to the upside after breaking this critical level of resistance at about 100,000 US dollars in the Bitcoin price. Now, with us reaching this 100.5k level, it means that we have now also perfectly hit our price target here, which we have been taking a look at ever since breaking out here at about 93.2k. So to take a look at this one last time, we had this falling wedge pattern with a price target of 100.5k. We saw a breakout, we saw a retest. We did not invalidate this pattern because we did not get a candle close below the point of the breakout. And from there, we had a resumption to the upside. So what should we be taking a look at next in the Bitcoin chart here? Well, as you can see, we still have this bullish divergence in the charts, which is when you have lower lows in the Bitcoin price and higher lows in the RSI momentum indicator. Typically, this points towards either some choppy sideways price action or potentially some bullish momentum on that 4-hour time frame. And obviously, right now we are seeing that bullish momentum like crazy. Although while we are taking a look at this RSI momentum indicator, do take note of the fact that we are now deep into overbought territory. And typically, when the RSI is in deep overbought territory, there is room to the upside, but there is limited room to the upside at the same time. So usually what you'll see, yes, of course, potentially we can go a little bit higher in this RSI if the momentum keeps climbing. However, what you usually see is that the RSI will start resetting back to the downside. If it is a very strong uptrend, it can already start reversing back to the upside once again before fully resetting, but often what you will see is that the RSI will reset back down to around this 50 level. And the way the RSI resets is either in the form of some choppy sideways price action, in which case the RSI will trend down towards this 50 level quite slowly. However, the RSI can also reset to the downside by getting some bearish momentum on that 4-hour time frame, in which case you will see the RSI reset down more quickly. And yes, it can even go below the 50 level if we are really starting to see bearish momentum. Now, to be 100% clear, I'm not saying that we now need a big drop down in order to reset that RSI, but at the same time, seeing the RSI in overbought territory like this is a good point of confluence to keep in mind, that if you are not seeing a higher high in this RSI here, potentially we could be forming a bearish divergence on this 4-hour time frame once again, which would be if we have higher highs in the Bitcoin price and lower highs in the RSI momentum indicator. So if you see a bearish divergence confirming here sometime soon, potentially that could point towards like some choppy price action for a little bit just to reset that RSI. And then from there, yes, we can get another move to the upside. I think the most critical level of resistance to watch right now is this level here at about 102.5k. If we start confirming candle closes above this 102.5k level, that would be a pretty bullish signal in the short term. Before I show you some more potential areas of resistance to pay attention to, I do want to show this as a potential level of support before I move on to the next chart here. Because let's say that we do get a rejection from this important level of resistance. Well, in that case, we could be coming back down to this area here, sitting between 100k and 99,000 in the Bitcoin price. Normally, I actually have my levels of support marked in blue. However, in this case, we simply broke above here. And then from there, we did not see some kind of retest of this level before resuming further to the upside. So we have not actually confirmed this as a level of support. Now, if you are new to the channel, you probably haven't seen this yet because it doesn't happen that often. However, if you've been here for some time, you know that we need to wait for a confirmation of this being a level of support, because sometimes if you do get the move back down, then it can just fall straight through. And a lot of people would be expecting this to be a level of support, but since it hasn't confirmed it yet, this is entirely on the table, okay? So if we come back down and we start seeing like some chop here, maybe even a little bit of a bounce, then we can say, yes, definitely this is a level of support, and we can actually rely on that to hold in the short term. So yeah, obviously that's not financial advice, but just some educational content for you guys that you should know if you're going to be trading crypto. Now, if you want to learn more about the basics of technical analysis, I've actually created a free trading course where I have over an hour of educational content with all of the basics of technical analysis and leverage trading crypto. So yeah, if you're interested, go to rt1m.com where you can watch the full trading course completely for free. Now, before I forget, I want to show you one more area of resistance that I'm paying attention to, which is this ascending band of resistance. Okay, previously when we were trading in this ascending channel, this was actually an area of support. You can see that we bounced from this many times. However, we then lost it as a level of support here and flipped it into a level of resistance. Therefore, if we are now coming back into this range, we should be expecting some resistance there once again. Currently, this area is sitting from about 103.5K all the way up to 105K in the Bitcoin price. So what that simply means is that if we're trading in this area of resistance, be on the lookout for a potential rejection. Similar to when we were trading over here in this 99 to 100K range, the first time we came up, I mentioned it as well, like I'm not expecting us to just shoot straight through this. And therefore, if you see us trading in this range, then be on the lookout for a potential rejection because that is simply on the table. And here today, we see the same thing. If we are in that range, I am simply telling you to be a little bit more cautious longing into an area of resistance like that. But again, that is not financial advice. Next, let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 3-day time frame, if we are going to break this 102.5K level of resistance that I talked about earlier here, likely we are going to come up to 103.4K in the Bitcoin price to take out a bunch of short positions here. Over $100 million worth of short positions will get liquidated if the Bitcoin price reaches this level. Above that, we do have some liquidity at 104.3K, but this is quite a bit less than what we have at that 103K level. In terms of the liquidity to the downside, there is a lot of liquidity sitting at 101.2K in the Bitcoin price. We've been in this big uptrend here over the last day or so, and then these people here are basically longing into it right now on this like small dip that we got. So fair play to them, but this is a very risky position to be in. And yes, if you see that rejection at 102.5K roughly, then be on the lookout for this liquidity to be swept. There is also some liquidity at about 100.7K in the Bitcoin price, and most of the liquidity is sitting at 98.2K. So those are just some short-term potential price targets to the upside and to the downside, because in the case that you're not familiar, typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there is the most liquidity on this chart. For today, I don't have any inflows from the Bitcoin ETFs that I can be talking about because they only trade on weekdays, and currently it is a Monday, so tomorrow I'm going to have the new updated data from what we saw today. So make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of these important update videos. Before I leave off today, don't forget to check out that free trading course at rt1m.com where you can watch the full course completely for free. So check that out. But regardless, if you do end up checking it out or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.